What is up, my YouTube fam? So all of the gloriousness that you see before you, none of which is Spyderco. I always get hassled by my buddy Steve and among others for being nothing but a Spyderco dude, which I am not. So to prove that today, we've got some Kizer, we've got some Tuya, we got a Hinderer, which belongs to Steve, by the way. We got some Cold Steel, some Civivi, some Kershaw. Man, we're all over the board. Just everywhere, all over the board. Anyway, this video was basically just about this Kizer right here, and it's going to be a quick one. I know I always say that in my videos. I'm going to make a quick video, and then it ends up being a really long video, because when you're talking about something that you're passionate about, it just kind of starts snowballing. Also got this little swag right here from my buddy over at Woodland Tactical. If you are not yet subscribed to Woodland Tactical, definitely go check him out. He's an awesome dude. And per usual, thanks to everybody that shouted my channel out: Patty's Potato Peelers, Woodland Tactical, Alex's Knife Box, Super Steel Steve shouted me out on his last video. All these awesome guys, Jared and Kara Neves, the Neves Knives, they always shout me out. Good people. So if you're not subscribed to any of those channels, be sure and go do that, because you are missing out if you are not. So the theme of today's video, for my sake and for Mr. Steve Kalari, Super Steel Steve's sake, it is just no Spyderco. So, but anyway, just wanted to talk real quick about this Kizer. This is the Kizer Nomad S35VN, and yes, it is dirty. And Mr. Woodland Tactical will appreciate that, because I use my knives, as does he. I cannot remember who put out the challenge to post about how you use your knives, but I believe it was him. I could be wrong, but I'm going to do just that. I've got a plethora of high-end knives that I use. Not super high-end. I'm not high-end like some of these guys out there who have, you know, $1,600-$1,700 customs that they're using to baton through wood or something, you know. But I do have, you know, what I consider to be high-end knives, and I use them. I carried my my Swish Bowie today and did a lot of cutting with it. Cut up a bunch of cardboard with it. Even cut up a little bit of wood. My son wanted me to make a little spear for him, so I was, you know, shaving with that thing. I'm not afraid to use my stuff. So I think the whole theme behind that was that we got a lot of guys on YouTube nowadays who do not use their knives, and when you see their knives on their channel, it is sheerly just for aesthetic purposes and views and trying to make money off of YouTube and all of these different things that have absolutely nothing to do with the usability and the functionality of the product that we're purchasing. And these knife reviewers that purchase these things, and then they put out that so-called review from a purchaser or from a buyer's perspective. I think it's a little unfair if they don't put the time in to use it. So that's why I love channels like Steve's channel and like Woodland. These guys actually put the time in and use this product for what it's designed to be used for. These are not freaking paperweights, man. These are not, it's not shelf decoration. It's not a freaking Christmas tree ornament. It's a damn knife. It's a knife. It's a blade. It's got a handle that is made to fit in your hand in the open position and stick into an item, or, you know, cut something. That's why it's designed this way. It's designed to fit in a human hand like a tool is made to do, and it's made to do a task. It is not, and that task is not to go, ooh, Vanna White it. You know, that's not what it's made for, man. It's made to use it. So I think they had a, you know, that was a very good idea. I can't remember, like I said, I'll give credit in the description once I do some research. I think it was Woodland Tactical that did an Instagram post about it, saying, hey, all you guys that use your knives, let's put up some proof of that, so that we can show these guys that are not doing that what they're meant for. Anyway, so on to the topic at hand. We'll make it a quick one. This Kizer Nomad, and I'll wipe it off real quick off screen here. Excuse me. Has turned out to be an awesome knife. I bought this at Blade Show. Ended up getting a fantastic price on it. It's designed, it's manufactured by Kizer. It is S35VN steel. It is on bearings. It's a titanium frame lock. It's got a nice patterning to it. The handle fits great in your hand. I mean, it's great no matter how you want to hold it. It's for reverse grip. It's got this beautiful spot to put your thumb. And I learned all this about how it was designed from Dirk Pinkerton, the guy that designed it. It did, however, come with this really crappy black coating. I don't know if it was a paint or what it was on there, so I just sanded it off and did a very terrible job at doing a flame anno on it. But it's a wonderful knife, man. Like I said, it's designed by Dirk Pinkerton. I've been really pleased with it. The blade stock is insanely thick compared to, you know, normal production knives. I've got a few on the table here that have very thick blade stock to compare to. This Hinderer is one of those, and so I'm really pleased with that. I like a good thick blade stock. Some people like a nice thin grind, you know, a real nice thin blade. Not me. I want something beefy. I don't do as much, you know, precision. I need something to, you know, I don't slice tomatoes, and I don't care. You know, I do like thin grinds like this Civivi here. I like a thin knife, but for the most part, in an EDC knife, for an EDC type use, I like a thick blade. Same thing with this Tuya here. That's a nice thick chunk of D2. Very nice knife. I'm going to be kind of taking a look at this one. I say I'm reviewing these, but I'm really not. I'm just kind of giving you my thoughts on them from carrying them and enjoying them. This thing is fantastic. It's got a great action. I've been just very pleased with it. The one thing that I love about this knife more than anything else is that Persian blade, though. It's that upswept, super long blade. I don't know, I'm trying to give you something to compare to. I don't really have, you know, but in comparison to this, I think this is an XM18 Fatty Warncliffe, I think is what Steve called it. I'm not a Hinderer dude, so I don't know. But there's you a couple size comparisons. This is a Tuya knife Cebu. This is an old beat up Kershaw Leak that I did a regrind on, that I tipped it, excuse me for knocking the camera around. I broke the tip off and fixed it. Here is let me hit the camera one more time for you guys. Here is a Cold Steel Recon 1, and this is a very big knife, and you can tell in comparison to this, I mean, this Nomad is not a small knife, by no means. It's quite a hoss. I actually got this Recon 1 from Woodland Tactical. I bought it from them a few days ago, and I am insanely pleased with how this thing feels. Steve, if you guys watched any of my other videos, Super Steel Steve, for my birthday, bought me this Cold Steel Code 4 in XHP, and I really love it, and I love the way the handle fits. And apparently, I'm going to become a Cold Steel fan, because apparently a lot of their handles have the similar ergonomics, and I really like the way this one fits too. But yeah, so, and then here's another size comparison for you. The monster of the Bama Knife Guy channel, the Kizer Sheepdog XL, which is an absolute monster knife. Just a hoss. And that's kind of a theme on this channel too, I guess, is this knife. I did a couple of videos where I clicked it open at the beginning of the video, and so now my wife says I can't sell it because it belongs to the channel now, so whatever, take it or leave it. Anyway, that's all this was just a quick video talking about this Nomad. I've had a few guys comment on it when I've posted on my Instagram saying how they liked it and they needed to get one and asking questions about it. If you are considering it, or if you don't know anything about Kizer or the Nomad, I would highly, highly, highly suggest you pick one of these up. For the price, you can't beat it. I got a deal on this one. I got it from the designer at Blade Show on a special, so I only paid 150 bucks for this, with titanium S35 VN, thick blade stop, bearings, flipper. You know, I mean, you can't beat the price that I paid for this thing. So, I mean, I doubt you'll get it for that price, but I have seen them online at different locations for in the 180 range to 190 range. So, to me, that's not that bad of a price for this. I've had a couple of dudes who are very well versed in the knife world, some of which I've already named, who said if you didn't know any better, or if you gave this to a non-knife person and you laid this knife next to some $300, $400, $500 knives and asked them to decide which one was not a $300, $400, $500 knife, that this would probably be one of the first ones they exclude and say, oh no, this is definitely more expensive. The way that it handles, the way the fit and finish is, this knife it belongs in that upper echelon, in my opinion. It is fantastic. I can't say enough great things about it. I absolutely love it. Dirk, you did a great job designing it. Kizer did a great job executing it, and I'm really, really happy with it. But with that, I'm gonna keep it around 10 minutes. Guys and gals, I love you, and I am out.